Thank you. I'm 6'4", online. Thank you, Kara, for introducing me. So I got off the stage after doing a keynote in Columbia, South Carolina. And this gentleman came out from the audience and he said, hey, thank you, that was great, very inspiring. I saw you last year, we were thrilled that you came back. I said, oh, thank you very much. He says, I have a question for you. I said, okay, what? He says, how can I be like you? I said, you don't want to do that. Trust me, it's a nut house up here. He says, no. How do I build a career as a speaker? I said, well, there's no one right way to do it. Everyone I know has done it in a different way, but here's my journey. And so I told him a little bit about how I came to do the work that I do. And he said, okay, thank you so much, I appreciate that. Ooh, by the way, you should totally write a song about that and put it in your keynote. I was like, oh, yeah, thanks. He's like, no, seriously, write a song and call it How to Be Like Me. So I did. This, my friends, is the exact step-by-step process for how to be like me, to create a keynote speaking business. By the way, total joke. I don't take myself seriously, but if you want to know, these are the exact steps. Here we go. You want to hear this? Yeah. Graduate from college with a useless degree. Move to California to set yourself free. Grow your hair long and join a crappy band, and that's how you be like me. Move to Colorado with a girl who is a clown. By the way, that's not an insult. She was studying to be a clown. That sounds weird. It was like the floppy shoes stuff in bed was weird. Anyway. Move to Colorado with a girl who is a clown. Break up because you're afraid to settle down. Move on back to Texas for a teaching degree, and that's how you be like me. Move back to Colorado for a woman that you met. Struggle for the bills because you don't have a job yet. Marry, then divorce. See how easy this can be? That's how you be like me. All right, now here's where it gets complicated, so pay close attention. Quit teaching, move to banking, quit banking, back to teaching, quit banking, back to teaching, get a job teaching banking. See how that works? Then stay a corporate trainer because you love what you do. Work for a tech company, try something new. No more suits and ties on my body, you will see, and that's how you be like me. Find the love of your life, get married, celebrate. She thinks the song is stupid, but I think it's really great. Become a singing speaker who teaches how to lead, and that's how you be like me. Sing it with me. That's how you be like me. One more time. That's how you be like me. The exact steps. So why do I say this? Why do I tell you this, sing this song, tell you this story? For two reasons, really. Number one, because it's kind of fun. And, it's also a reminder that everyone does arrive in a different way, and no two business models are alike, and that's great. Embrace that. You don't have to do it like anyone else. And the second reason is because that is a song only I can sing. That is a story only I can tell, delivered in a way that only I can do it. And that distinguishes me from every other speaker. We have a saying in NSA, and you'll hear us say this all the time, build a bigger pie. And what that means is we can all be successful. There's enough to go around. There's a slice for everyone. So we share, and we learn, and we celebrate with each other, and we do create a really great community where we lift people up. But the challenge is, it's competitive out there. There is no shortage of consultants and speakers and coaches. So how do you stand out? What do you have to offer that no one else does? That's a question that you have to ask and answer for yourself. So how do you, by the way, for those of you who are new to this, make no mistake, it's a sales gig. And you have to learn how to flex those muscles. That's important. So don't be surprised when you reach that point. So how do you stand out? There's two ways that you could do it. Number one, be freaking awesome. I mean, that's good. Hopefully, that's what we all aspire to be. But the second way to do this, to stand out in a crowded market, is to build your intellectual property. Your stories, your content, your models, your framework, your words. Your IP is your MVP. This is what's going to set you apart from every other person out there. So that's really important. Now, let me give you an example of why this matters. A few months ago, I saw a fantastic keynote speaker. Great speaker. They had this energy and this presence. Their comedic timing was awesome. Great storytelling skills. They were just really great on stage. They interacted with the audience. It was very engaging. And the content was relevant. Workforce transformation, trust. And they had all of these relevant concepts, and they referenced, Brené Brown's work on vulnerability, and Simon Sinek's Start with the Why, and Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I walked out of there inspired to read Brené Brown's book. Do you see the disconnect here? This speaker missed an opportunity to associate themselves with this concept. They had an opportunity to be the person who was remembered. So let's talk about the benefits of building your IP, your intellectual property. Number one, that distinguishing factor, that memorability factor. In addition to be really good on the platform, it separates you. And look, it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be brilliant. You don't have to be, by the way, a magician or a musician or any other profession that ends with ishin, like a mortician, which would be awesome. That would be a distinguishing factor. Can you imagine that keynote? Dead people. Yeah, no. You don't have to do it. But when you build your IP, suddenly that's memorable for them and it's associated with you. Let me give you an example. I wrote a book called Acoustic Leadership, Develop a Leadership Culture That Resonates. Kind of unique to me. And I delivered the keynote on that subject, and this woman afterwards came up to me, she was talking to me, and she goes, as an acoustic leader, I think that blah, blah, blah. And I said, what? She referred to herself as an acoustic leader. Y'all, I made that shit up. But she's walking out remembering me. So that's number one, first benefit of building your IP. The second benefit is sales. When you nail this down, it becomes easier to speak to what you do in a way that sets you apart for everyone else. Acoustic leadership? There's a lot of leadership speakers. There's not that in the market. Sales becomes easier, and it gets easier as you do it over and over and you iterate on it. Number three, ethics. It helps you avoid borrowing other people's content. There are two things that are highly frowned upon in this industry. Number one, using someone else's stories and models. Don't do it. And number two, telling that stupid starfish story for the millionth time, but it mattered to that one. No, don't do it anymore. So sales, ethics, and memorability. Building your IP helps with that. So how do you do it? Give the world your Apple. A-P-L. Your angle, your perspective, and your lens. Give them your unique apple. Your angle. What is it that you do differently? What is that distinguishing factor? What sets you apart in a crowded market? That's your angle, your take on it that they've not yet heard. Your perspective. This is where the IP comes to life. Your life experiences, your unique stories, your journey through this concept that you're trying to help people uncover. Your perspective is where your IP grows, and it's also associated with your identity and your personality. Bring that to life. Apple, angle, perspective, and finally, lens. Create a lens through which your audience sees something in a way that they've never seen it before. Take them on this journey where suddenly they're exposed to an idea, and the simple fact that it's different and unique to you, it might resonate with them a little differently. My latest work is motivational speaking in nature. There's a lot of motivational speakers out there. What I'm working on now, though, is something called Find Your Jam. Create momentum, unlock potential, and rock what's next. My angle is bringing music to what I do. My perspective is the fact that these are the steps that I have taken to grow as a songwriter, as a musician, as a keynote speaker, as a business owner. And my lens is the opportunity for them to say, hey, they can follow these same steps that songwriters do, that musicians do to accomplish this outcome. What is your apple? Your angle, your perspective, and the last one? Your lens. I'll leave you with one thought. NSA is an awesome organization. I was having a conversation with Rob. Rob, where'd you go? I was having a conversation with Rob a little while ago, and there's two organizations that have built my business. Number one was the Association for Talent Development, ATD. The other is this one, NSA at both the national level and the local level. This is where I learned. This is how I learned how to build a business, because when I started my business, you know what? I was a great speaker. I was not a good business person. And it's been a journey, and it's through this group that I learned. But the other thing that has helped me is being able to finally get clarity on my IP. Your IP is your MVP. NSA Influence is the conference that we hold every year, and it's a fantastic event, and you'll see some brilliant ideas and some brilliant speakers. And I'll close with this. This last year, there was a speaker by the name of Willie Jolly, and he's fantastic. And he said to a room full of several thousand speakers, in the world and business of speaking, don't be an echo, be a voice. In the world of speaking, don't be an echo, be a voice. You have a unique voice, a unique experience, a unique journey, a unique apple, a unique lens that you can share with the world, and that will help inspire the world for meaningful change, and it'll help you in your business. Word.